It is Jim Allmendinger. I am a staff attorney with NEA New Hampshire. It is a position that I've held for, I think, 28 years now. Prior to that, I worked both for a state labor relations agency, the Pennsylvania Labor Relations Board, and for the National Labor Relations Board, so I have some knowledge of both public sector and private sector labor law. The first point I want to make is this amendment is unworkable. It's unprecedented. It allows, in a union setting, an employer to pay non-members lower wages, and it allows an employer to deny benefits to non-members. It is the end of what has been labor law universally in the United States, which is fair and equal treatment of similar persons in similar employment. No other state, and I'm speaking to the amendment, not to the right to work law, generally only to the amendment. No other state, for good reasons, has adopted anything like the amendment. It creates a no man's land of law. It creates contradictions. It amends the existing bargaining law. The existing bargaining law prohibits discrimination on the basis of union membership, but the amendment creates the possibility and the likelihood of discrimination on the basis of union membership. The existing law requires the union to represent everybody fairly. The amendment requires that people be represented unfairly based upon whether they're in the union or not. The existing law requires that the union be the exclusive representative of all the employees. The amendment creates no exclusive representative at all. As a consequence, it opens the door to chaos. You could have multiple bargaining among individual employees. You could have more than one union representing groups of employees. And rival unions making competing demands on the employer. It's a prescription for chaos. It's going to create burdens for public employers trying to get their work done at a time when they should be focusing on getting their work done and not focusing on the competing claims of individuals in rival unions where there is a well-settled, long working practice of exclusive representation. It would permit employees to join the union or quit the union on a whim. I could join in January, quit in June, rejoin in October, and somebody, the Labor Relations Board, a court, is going to have to figure out what is the equation of my rights over that period of time. If I join in June, do I get the union rights back to January? If I signed a contract for a certain rate of pay as an individual employee in January and I join the union in June, do I get the health insurance benefits that I gave up when I signed the individual contract in January? All of which suggests that this might very well be a lawyer's relief act, creating litigation. I have to say I'm paid salary, not hourly, so it wouldn't be a relief act for me, but for all the towns and the cities across the state that hire their labor relations attorneys on an hourly basis, they are going to get a windfall in terms of work. In addition to all of these problems, there's a great likelihood that this individual representation in a collective bargaining setting could violate the equal protection clauses of the New Hampshire and the United States Constitutions. Under the Equal Protection Clause, you're supposed to treat similarly situated people the same. This amendment is a prescription for picking and choosing among what should otherwise be a class of equally treated employees. Finally, it may even go to create that which right-to-work proponents don't want, which is a closed shop. The only way you'll be able to get the union benefits under this law is by joining the union. Now, speaking as a union attorney, I think that's an excellent idea. I think all should benefit from the bargaining union contracts and the protections that employees get. But if the only way you can get it is by joining the union under this amendment, you're creating a closed shop, which heretofore has been illegal. For all of those reasons, I rise in opposition to this bill and amendment. If there are any questions?
Thank you very much for your testimony. Any questions?